shaking.
Hi. Not sure how I'm gonna. I'll try. Is there anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of stuff.
Mommy, that's like so much stuff. Our video's going to
Stop shaking, okay?
Alright, you guys. So today we're going to be doing an unboxing video. I'm about to make the girls their lunch, but I got a few packages for their new business as well as some clothes that I ordered them because tomorrow is Leah's birthday. So I'm going to be unboxing that, but I'm going to make their lunch first, and they wanted soup, so that's what we're going to make. So these are the syringes that we're going to need to apply the product to the actual lip gloss containers. These are the flavoring that we're going to use. I have 4 flavors. So we have watermelon, we have strawberry, we have cherry, and we have grape. And we also have a digital scale. I'm going to be using this for 2 things. I'm going to use this scale so that when we formulate our measurements, I know exactly how much of everything that I'm using down to the ounces, because I want every lip gloss that we make to be the same. I don't want no bad batches. I want everything to be uniformed. And I also am going to be using this scale so when we ship out the lip glosses, and then also when I ship out my personal book, I know how much to charge for shipping. All right, next box. Okay. The most important thing we're going to need is the Versagel. This is the lip gloss base. You cannot make lip gloss without this. I got this in a 10-ounce bottle because this is going to be our first few formulations. So I got this one, and I'm going to be placing another order with a few different companies just to see which one we like the best, but we definitely need this. So we also have our vitamin E. This is what I use when I make my hair care products, as well as what I'm going to be using to put inside of our lip gloss to condition the lips. So this is the brand that I'm using. It's called Jason's, and this is vitamin E, and it says skin oil, but of course your lips are skin. And we have our lip gloss containers. I'm going to be using the squeeze tubes. Inside the squeeze tubes, it also has labels. So I'm going to be using these labels just for our testing purposes, so I know what flavors I used and possibly some names. So we'll see how that works out. And we have one more box. All right, next up we have, basically they are attachments that I'm going to be applying to the large syringes. So you apply these to the bottom of the syringes. I'm also going to be using these to help me formulate with my oil. So this is what I'm going to use to make sure that all of the measurements are the same. Few lip gloss containers. These are for my lip glosses I'm going to be making. So I wanted to try these out as well. And another must-have is going to be this liquid coconut oil. This also is another must-have if you want to condition the lips, as well as if you're making hair care products. I always use this when I'm using conditioner. I'm not a fan of coconut oil on the hair. That's just my personal thing. So this works really well for a lip conditioner. And last but not least, I have my pink polymelers. I'm going to be using these not only to ship lip glosses when I need to, but I'm also going to be using these to ship off my book. So I'm going to be doing some shipping for my book on Friday. So I definitely needed these because I ran out. And everything, as you guys seen, is from Amazon. All right, we are back home. And I'm going to be doing some custom formulations for everything. So I have everything that I need to make the lip gloss. I'm probably going to make maybe 1 or 2. So I'm going to be using very little of everything. So I'm going to go ahead, wash my hands, sanitize my workstation, and I'm going to get everything out and prepared because this is going to be my first try at creating the custom formulations for the lip gloss. So wish me luck. So we're going to start off by cleaning and sanitizing our workstation. I'm going to be applying a disinfectant to my glass table, and then I'm going to apply a plastic bag on top of that just to make sure that none of the gels or anything gets onto the glass table. So I'm going to be taking everything out I'm going to be needing, and I'm going to be I'm going to be cutting my pipettes just so that I can already have those done, and putting everything else out that I'm going to need. Now, I knew I only wanted to make 2 lip glosses for my daughters to try out. This is still the testing phase, so I didn't want to waste too much product. So I used just enough to fill 2 lip gloss tubes. Now, the thing about using pipettes to apply your oils and your lip conditioners to your Versagel is that you're able to measure how much you're applying. So if you have not done this before like me, I would highly suggest that you measure out how much product you're using, because you're going to find a formula that you're going to fall in love with, and it's easier for you to add and take away if you know the accurate amounts. So please take your time when you're doing this, and I'm just going to say this first formulation has been my best. Since this video, I've made 3, and this is by far the best formulation I've made. So that's why it's important to write down everything. My consistency is not too thick, and I'm just going to be applying some cosmetic grade color pigment because I wanted this to be light pink, and then I'm going to continue to mix that up. There are 2 ways to apply your lip gloss to your syringe. You can suction it from the bottom of your syringe, and you do that by just taking your nozzle and pulling it back. And then you can also take your nozzle off, and you can just scoop your product in from the top. So I wanted to try both ways to see which one was more effective, and so far I think it's actually me applying it to the top of the syringe, because that will eliminate any air bubbles. So I'm just squeezing out the air from the syringe, and now I'm going to apply my pipette. Now, I did this again 2 times after this video, and I highly recommend that when you apply your pipette, add a little bit of tape. It just helps so that the pipette does not fall off, and it also keeps your lip gloss making very clean. So now that I applied my pipette, I'm just going to cut a little bit more off of the bottom because I wanted the lip gloss to flow really easy inside of the container, and I didn't want to create any excessive air bubbles. So when I apply my lip gloss, I'm going from side to side to eliminate any air bubbles, and I'm also going to pinch the bottom of the tube. That also helps to remove air as well. So I'm just going So I'm going to continue to fill up my second lip gloss tube. I'm going to apply the lip nozzle, close them up, and then that is going to complete my lip gloss making. All right, you guys, so I made 2 of our lip glosses. These are just some samples for the girls to kind of play around with. I thought I was going to make enough for me to have a sample of, but I actually have the formulation on my lips right now. It's not as glossy as I would like. Maybe, you know what? Let's go try it. Hold on. I gotta get the top off. Let's try it on. All right, you guys, so this is the lip gloss that I came up with. I think for my first time, I did a really good job. I am now going to test out the lip gloss to see how it looks on, and we're gonna do that together. Okay. All right, so I hope you guys can see. All right, let's see. So what do you guys think? Did we do good? So I used the strawberry flavoring, and it does have a little bit of strawberry flavoring, but for that little bit that I made, I only used about 3 drops, which I don't think would be enough. So at this point, it doesn't really taste like strawberry, but it definitely smells like strawberry. So I would definitely need a little bit more of that strawberry flavoring. I'm looking in the mirror, by the way. As far as the shine is definitely there. So I'm really happy about that. And I didn't use a lot of that pigment. The pigment that I actually use, if you didn't see in the video, is from MAC Cosmetics, which is my eyeshadow pigment. The pigment that we're going to be using exclusively for the lip glosses didn't come in yet, and I was too excited and I couldn't wait. So I decided to use my eyeshadow pigment only because I know that these are mine and I wanted to see how it would go. So the pigment worked out really well, surprisingly. I clearly know that essentially when you're using pigments, you don't want to use too much of the color because it will come out very vibrant. And I wanted these glosses to have a tint of color, but on the lips I still wanted it to be clear. So I think the lip gloss looks really good. I'm still going to play around with the formulation, but so far so good. These 2 are going to go to the girls, and I'm going to let them try them out. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment on the bottom of the screen if you have any questions. I'm thanking you guys so much for following us on this journey, and it's going to be interesting to say the least. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. She on the steps.